Sup guys, I'm Meta. In the last video, I did the top 3 most deadly ghost type Pokemon. I started with ghost type because I wanted to do something a little bit more expected and to get that out of the way and have a nice, really strong start. So in this video, I want to do something a little bit different than what I originally planned or said in the last video. If you guys have not seen the top 3 most deadly ghost type Pokemon, then I advise you go check that out. Trust me, I'll leave a link to that in the description below. So let's get started with this. But before we actually get started, I have a little bit of ground rules that I also said in the last video. I will not be including legendary Pokemon or megas. One, because legendary Pokemon are obviously the deadliest and have much more destructive power than a majority of basic Pokemon. And mega Pokemon require human interaction and connections, which isn't a wild or natural aspect. Now I know some people are going to try to get me with this, but I thought ahead of time. Stone evolution Pokemon do count in this series because stones are able to be found in the wild and cause evolution without the need of human attachment. Even if the mega stone that the Pokemon should hold can be found in the wild, it can't do anything without the keystone that the actual trainer themselves would have. So mega are not allowed. Stone evolution definitely, because if an Eevee were to stumble upon the Thunderstone in the wild and touch it, it would evolve without any need for a person to do anything to it. Now no more delays, all the ground rules are set. Top 3 most deadly fire type Pokemon, let's get it. So in the number 3 spot, a little bit of something solid, maybe expected, maybe not, but we have Ninetales. Now I am definitely going to be talking about both forms of Ninetales, both the regular form and the Alolan form, which both carry the mass potential to seriously impair any unprepared human or Pokemon in a large radius because of their extremely threatening weather abilities. Now normal Ninetales holds drought, which eliminates all forms of water and killing plant life in any of the containing area. This alone can impair the physical or mental strategy of any potential enemy or ensuing prey. If something wants to hunt it down or something that it is hunting down, it just initiate that ability. And Alolan Ninetales is the exact opposite, like you would expect, because it is an ice type that contains snow warning. Its ability does not create a snowstorm but a hailstorm. Now snow is different from hail because you know snow is heavy and drags you down a lot, while in hailstorm it is slow but it chips away at those that have nothing to defend against it. So any Pokemon that does not naturally have any armor or good defenses or anything like that, it will slowly hit and chip away. And the Ninetales is the literal eye of the storm, so it will follow you and it will not let you go. I'm going to get to why later. In the trap up of Ninetales, it's definitely going to be hard to get away from that, and it will do much more physical damage than anything else, because if you're getting constantly hit and barraged with hail that just keeps coming down and won't stop until you fall, that is just going to be it for you. And that's just the tip of the iceberg as far as Ninetales go. That's just the weather to set the stage for anything that it possibly wants. Now this Pokemon's physical appearance isn't the most frightening thing, but it curses you if you ever mistreat it. So this is not a Pokemon that is afraid to stray away from vengeance until it is fulfilled. When I say it curses you, it's not like the Pokemon move curse. It literally puts you on its hit list to hunt you down. With it being able to survive to a whopping 1,000-year-old, that means a Ninetales has the ability to stalk you and hunt you down past the lifespan of a human or even most Pokemon, meaning it can hunt you down for the entirety of your life. You will live in fear the whole time, not knowing when or how it will strike. Your best bet is probably going to a completely different region or having your own Pokemon keep watch and you try to sleep at night. But no, this Pokemon is definitely a force to be reckoned with. The most criminal offense against this Pokemon is grabbing one of its Ninetales, joke or not a joke. So even if you're just a young kid playing a little bit of a prank and you see a Ninetales, whether it's a trainer's Pokemon or a wild Pokemon, and then you pull one of its tails, it is over for you. It may let you go for anything else, but if you pull one of its tails, you must watch your back. Considering it's fire or ice type, it doesn't even need to get in close because this Pokemon specializes in special attack rather than even physical. So it doesn't even need to get close to you. It does not even need to run at you. Ninetales can literally toy with you in any way possible just because you wanted to play a little prank and have some fun with your friends. But this isn't a joke. This Pokemon is seriously a revenge taker. It is one of the few Pokemon that 100% fully understands human speech perfectly. So that means one, persuasion can be an option, or your begging could just make the Ninetales want to kill you even more. And from numerous Pokedex entries, it states that Ninetales' glare can allow it to control the mind of anyone that stares into it for any bit of time. I don't even think there's even much I need to expand on that feature. Like, come on now, stare into its eyes, you're gone. Pull one of its tails, you're gone. Destroy its habitat, you're gone. Attack any Pokemon that has any sort of relation to it in any way to make it want revenge on you. Do anything to piss it off. you're gone. So like I said, Ninetales in the number 3 spot. I think it's definitely good enough to be number 3, but no higher than that for multiple different reasons. I'll get into that a little bit more as I talk about the other 2 spots that we got coming up ahead. So in the number 2 spot, we have Darmanitan, the big ape Pokemon, 4'3" or 1.3 meter tall, big fisted ape. Let's start with something a little bit soft. A whopping base 140 attack with decent speed at 95. Because this Pokemon's relatively aggressive nature and build, even though his typing is a pure fire, he naturally learns numerous powerful fighting type moves like Hammer or Super Power, and a bunch of other physically damaging moves like Brick Break, Body Slam. That just make this Pokemon not only deadly in ranged combat sense because he's a fire type, but physical as well when he gets his hands on you. Those big old hands Darmanitan got. Ooh. Now Darmanitan's name, as you probably already know, and its build is based off the species of ape, the orangutan, which is known for its tremendous physical strength, excelling in its arms, but is still excellent in the legs. While untrained humans can bench press about 80% of its body weight and leg press about 200%, which means humans' leg strength is far beyond their arm strength, and orangutan is capable of leg pressing 300% of its body weight and bench pressing nearly an entire 600% of its weight. Meaning not only, unlike humans, are orangutan's arm strength much stronger than its leg strength, its strength in both far drowns the numbers of any human can possibly hope to. No matter how much they train, there will still be no match for an orangutan. That is what Darmanitan is based off of. So no matter what world, Darmanitan is no Pokemon you want to get in hand-to-hand combat with. Now aside from its physical strength, another thing that really sets Darmanitan to the top 2 spots for me is in the Pokedex. It says that Darmanitan's internal fire temperature burns at an astounding 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot enough to completely melt a steel high carbon alloy and almost hot enough to melt stainless steel. So not only does it have a diverse physical and special moveset, but the thing that really puts Darmanitan in the number 2 spot, in my opinion, is its secret ability, Zen Mode. This is a transformation that only he is capable of. When he reaches certain physical and mental stress, it will fuse its limbs to its physical body, dedicating all of its physical prowess to mysterious psychic power. So all of that I just told you about its physical strength, its fire type capabilities, it dedicates all of that strength to cosmic psychic power, using its harshly spiked spiritual and emotional strength to do action. This just makes Darmanitan strong or stronger than a psychic type Pokemon, period. Not only being able to trick the mind, cast illusions, control the body of others, or just destroying you from the inside out or bit by bit with nothing more than a thought, because its physical prowess is so insane. So this Pokemon's deadly capability is far beyond that, which is Ninetales and any other Pokemon that I did the research on, except for the one in the number 1 spot, but we'll be getting to that next. So with all of this is why I think Darmanitan is beyond deserving of the number 2 spot. So finally coming into the number 1 spot. Ooh, this video is taking a long time to do. Hopefully this video isn't too long, but I hope you guys are enjoying. If you guys are enjoying, hit that subscribe button for me, will you? I just don't want to slide that in there. Anyway, number 1, we have my favorite fire type Pokemon, easily by a long shot. It is also what I think the most deadly fire type Pokemon is the bug fire type Pokemon Volcarona. Ability, compound eyes for maximum sight capability, because it is a giant moth and they have those literal compound eyes, as well as the ability. Diverse moveset from bug and fire types, to able to learn Quiver Dance to up its stats. Bug Buzz, one of the strongest bug type moves, could have no problem against grass types or dark types or anything of that sort. Giga Drain vastly affects any water type, ground type, rock type to get its own health back. Hurricane, literal hurricanes at the flaps of its wings. Whirlwinds at the flaps of its wings. On its physical body, you have the dual horns, and using its great immense speed to rush down prey and deal physical damage if it ever needed to. With 3 wings on each side of its body, totaling 6. Its maximum speed clocks in at a clean top 50 of all Pokemon ever. May not seem that impressive, but when there's almost 1,000 Pokemon today, that is quite a feat if you ask me. After spreading its literal sea of flames, like it says in Pokedex entries and the lore of this Pokemon, the wind generated from its flight could just magnify the strength even more. So not only can its wings set things aflame, but it could also generate enough wind to just ignite those flames even more. Its wing scales, which are basically small particles that most winged creatures have, contain certain flame properties, making nothing unable to escape the damage it can deal by being in Volcarona's path, which is what created the move only it could learn, Fiery Dance. Not to mention it has the ability Flame Body. It exudes so much heat. If you want to just stand around it, you're at risk to this wild Pokemon. But For specific reasons, it won't do that, but I'll get to that later. As it says in this Pokemon's lore, because it has quite a bit of it, Volcarona's flames are known to be powerful enough to be a replacement for the sun's heat if ever it were to be blocked out. I'm gonna break this down for you for 1 second. The sun's surface is 5,778 Kelvin, aka 9,941 Fahrenheit, or about 5,505 degrees Celsius. So Volcarona's max heat is far beyond strong to melt any metal or any mineral that can be found on Earth. Diamond, titanium, platinum, you name it. It's just able to disintegrate it all. Imagine if the sun were on Earth. It is the literal sun on Earth. Everything would be instantly burst into flame. Nothing being able to stop its power, nothing being able to survive. No rock, no coal, no diamonds, no gems, no animal, no person be able to withstand that heat or defend against it. No Pokemon that is not a legend or has the ability to defend against it will survive this. That is how dangerous this Pokemon is. That is how strong this Pokemon's fire is. With flames as powerful as that, it has the potential to burn planets to a crisp with its maximum heat output. But being as mysterious as it is and having the legend behind it, it can control its fire at its will and provide light and heat for people and Pokemon to its benefit. And because in the lore and Pokedex entries, it talked about how Volcarona is actually an extremely helpful Pokemon, said to have provided shelter and warmth to stranded Pokemon in cold regions. And as I said before, or hinted to before, it provided light and guidance to people surrounded by a sky of volcanic ash. So we thankfully wouldn't have to worry too much because Volcarona is actually a really helpful Pokemon. As crazy, immense power as it has, or as wild all the things that I just said is, even though its power is staggering and nothing to scoff at in the slightest, this Pokemon is only here to help. That is why, just like in Gen 5, you just found it sitting by itself in that cave with that shrine near. Humans made that shrine for Volcarona to live in because they were thankful. It is perfectly capable of understanding how to help and how to fight and how to survive. Not only that, but it's literally a 5'3" tall moth, which is enough to scare the daylights off of most people at Pokemon Light because of their inherent fear and disgust towards bugs in general. Not gonna lie, if I saw a 5'3" moth, I would definitely be scared of it. So definitely no bias for being way in the top spot. No bias at all. Oh, and with that, we are done with this video. Like I said before, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, tell me what I did good, tell me what I didn't do good or what I can improve on. If you guys like the way I made this video a little bit differently than what I did before, so if you guys have any constructive criticism, then please let me go in the comments below. If I'm talking too fast or I seem like I'm getting way too into it and can't understand what I'm saying, I'll try to put subtitles on the screen if I can, but if not, then please let me know in the comments below. If you guys want to see more videos like this, so please, again, leave it in the comments below. If you guys have suggestions or want to vote on a different type, leave it in the comments below, and I'll go ahead and take all of that feedback and I'll respond to your comments as well. Now, once again, I want to thank you guys all for watching. If you guys haven't already, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you already have, then I very much appreciate you. All links to my social media and other stuff will be in the video below. And if you guys have not seen my top 3 most deadly ghost type video, then please, that link is also in the description and check it out. Now, without further ado, I'm going to end this video here and I will see you all in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.